Hello everybody. For those of you interested in a product rule for a product of three functions, this is the video for you. And the video is going to be, this one's not going to be as long as my other ones, but there's not really much to cover here. So you might be wondering, like, okay, if I gave you a function and it was like x squared e to the x sine x, right? And I asked you to find the derivative of this, right? So f prime of x is equal to what? Well, you might be curious as like, wait, I learned the product rule, right? It was that the derivative of two functions multiplied together is just f prime of g plus g prime of f. And you might be wondering, what is the derivative of product of three functions, and let's say the third one is h. And it's actually quite simple. The formula is very nice, and it's not as, it's kind of what you expect. So the actual formula for the derivative of a, three products here is just equal to the f prime gh plus f g prime h plus f g h prime. So you're only going to, every time for each term, you're going to take one derivative and just multiply the other two. And you're going to do it for each function. So take the derivative of f one time, g one time, and h one time, and just multiply the other two. And so this is your formula. So it's very simple, very nice. So we can take that same problem. F of x is equal to e to the x squared sine x, and let's take our derivative. So f prime of x is equal to, so for the first term, I'll do this, and this, and this, okay? So for the red part, when we're going to take, so each of these colors will signal the function we're going to differentiate. So the first part, we're going to differentiate e to the x, which is just e to the x. So everything just kind of stays. Of course, we have a plus. Next one, so take a derivative of x squared. So it's just going to be 2x e to the x sine x. And then the last one is just take the derivative of sine x and just tag the other two along. So cosine x e to the x squared. And I'll write it like that just to make it very clear. And that's it, guys. That's all you need to do. It's very quick and very easy. Okay? Now, of course, examples from here can get quite tricky. So let's say I have a function. And when I mean tricky, I mean it can get annoying. So let's say I have ln of sine x times e to the x squared times, let's say 1 over e to the x squared, and let's say the tangent of x. So if I ask you to find f prime, we're going to do the same thing. Color these guys up and take it one by one. So f prime of x will result in the derivative of ln of sine x is going to be 1 over sine x times, with the chain rule, so chain, the derivative of sine x, which is cosine x, and we're just going to tag our e to the x squared and tangent of x terms. We're going to add, and now we're going to take the derivative of e to the x squared, which is just e to the x squared times 2x as a result of the chain. But now we need to multiply our other terms. So ln of sine x times tangent of x. And lastly, we're going to add our final term where we have the derivative of tangent of x, which is just secant squared x times e to the x times ln of sine x. And that's it, we're done. So we just have a bunch of terms here. We're really using the chain rule and the product rule together. And so this is really how, to the extent of how hard things could, really get. And so, yeah, this is a quick video, but this is how you're going to use a product of 3 functions. Just take the derivative of each of them individually, tag the other 2 terms, add them all up, you're good to go.